People who live in the public housing property Maple Tower are concerned for their safety. All of this comes months after Cincinnati city inspectors found dozens of violations there. Some of the problems are fixed, but 9 on your side's Emily Maxwell takes us inside the building and exposes a new concern.
Many residents at the public housing property Maple Tower are senior citizens who use wheelchairs and walkers to get around. An elevator was out for nearly 2 weeks, causing serious concern.
A lot of them have been staying in their apartments because they're afraid to get on the elevator.
This isn't the first time people who live in the 9-story building have experienced maintenance issues. In May, Cincinnati city inspectors cited the building's landlord, Cincinnati Metropolitan Housing Authority, or CMHA, for dozens of violations. Those included leaky ceiling tiles in the community room, fire safety doors that wouldn't close, and plumbing issues inside some apartments. In late September, the city started a follow-up inspection to check CMHA's progress and only found 3 violations. CMHA's efforts didn't go unnoticed.
A lot of the fire issues have been fixed, like the fire doors and a lot of the work orders, but then there were still like 6 or 7 apartments that problem still hasn't been fixed in. But for the majority, most of the violations that they had, they did fix them.
Outsiders saw it as a good sign.
It's a positive thing that CMHA is sitting down and talking to residents about maintenance and safety and security. Well, our hope is that CMHA is going to step up its efforts to respond to these needs.
As long as we don't get stuck.
Residents now fear issues with the elevators could create dangerous scenarios they're not prepared for. 2 weeks ago, both of the building's elevators were down following a power outage. CMHA only repaired the smaller elevator at first. Residents say they wouldn't know what to do during a fire if they couldn't use the elevators.
You got people coming from the 9th floor with wheelchairs and walkers. How in the heck is they supposed to get down with one elevator working?
A fire drill was planned for this summer. The fire department unexpectedly canceled it.
It would be helpful for a lot of the other tenants, for me as well, to have that rescheduled and have firefighters come in and say, well, hey, this is what you do if a fire break out.
People living in Maple Tower say maintenance issues are expected in a 51-year-old building. But they're frustrated situations are dire before action is taken.
Just because we are in a low-income resident doesn't mean that we don't matter, because we do.
WCPO reached out to the CMHA about the concerns the residents have there at the Maple Tower. CMHA spokesperson Leslie Wardlow responded in an email here saying the elevators are older and sometimes the items needed to make the repairs are not on hand, and that the elevator was repaired on October 4th. She also says CMHA is waiting to hear back from the fire department on when to reschedule that fire drill. If you'd like to read more, head on over to WCPO.com. You can find Emily's updated story there, plus all of our reporting on Maple Tower over the past several months.